Hey guys, it's Savetius, and here we are going to answer a few of the replies to my videos. I had a video generating a lot of interest about getting 20% bonus damage by having a temporary warband. So as we know, let's take a look at warbands in the menu, and then we're going to go down to warband. In a warband, we have rooms. You have 8 people, and each person can sit in a room. This will make your job a little bit easier when you're playing with friends, especially in raids. You have this Lost Boy. He can resurrect his allies 15% faster. That is nice. You have Jawbreaker, who has 1.2% damage decrease for all warband members. You have this guy, damage taken is reduced by 3.5% for him only. How about this one? No one sitting in this room, increase your movement speed by 5%. We don't have anyone taking up that space, but that would apply to that one person only. Notice the one labeled study. All warband members have this decreased damage, right? If it doesn't say all, it's pretty much for whoever sits in that seat only and no one else. Okay, how about this? Protector, increase your block chance by 5%. Well, this is the controversy here. I had a suggestion that everyone sits in the arsenal seat. How is that even possible? So can you imagine 8 of your friends having difficulty with the raid, and you decide, okay, forget it. Let's not go there as a warband. Let's just go separately. And how about each one of us bring an extra 3.5% damage? That can be done if each person has their own warband. Okay, here's the problem with that. If you have your own warband, when you do want to do a warband raid with your friends, you're the only person in that warband, and you just throw it away. So that's why I said you can use this new recruit a friend thing. Whoever you recruit, let them hold the warband for you. It's going to benefit them because they can sit in one of these seats, but they always keep the arsenal seat open for you. Now, when we go to this seat, we see the 3.5% by default. It's still sitting there. You always get that. But by farming remnants, now the leader of the warband just changed the remnants on me. But there was a 6% bonus damage here. So then when I sit here, I have the 6% plus the 3.5%. Now, as I mentioned before, let's go to manage remnant. I am not the leader of this warband, but you can still see what those other remnants are. I urge people to farm Caller of Brutus. This will give you a 10% bonus damage. So you have your 3.5% plus this 10%. That is what? 13.5%, right? Now this increases your damage dealt by 1% every 2 seconds. No, for 2 seconds every time you deal damage. So all you have to do is keep dealing damage. And it's removed when you take damage. A lot of us can actually have a fight and not take damage. And even if we do, it's going to rebuild itself up once we get to a safe spot and continue attacking the twins or Gorgo or whatever boss we're on, right? So still, that's a 10% theoretical damage you can do there. Now, how about this? I mentioned another one that we can get as well. We can get Typhorus. Now, this is the set I was using. Typhorus, you get 6% extra damage, and you're also getting this 10% extra damage. So that's 16% extra damage possible, plus your default 3.5. So we're talking about 19.5% bonus damage. And then there's a little one out there also that gives you another 1% damage. Somewhere there's something like that floating around. But basically, you get the idea. Now, the thing is, with these remnants, you can't move them around. When you do a run of Purge the Depths, these 5 drop. I can choose these 5, and then the other ones cannot be used. So sometimes other people run, and they want to res faster or something. So they would choose the one that gives them the benefits they want. Now, here's the problem. Here's the problem. When you do your warband raids, To get your extra scoria, you have to be with your warband members, right? So now, like I said, have your recruiter friend, have someone else hold the warband for you. You go back to your main one with your friends, you do your warband raids. When you're done with that, when you're soloing or something, go ahead and leave that raid and go back to... You get the idea now, right? Okay, let me show you this. This is what people were saying. They're saying, oh, you leave your warband, you're going to lose all of your stuff. It's going to be so horrible. It's not. Take a look at this. I'm going to have my son invite me to a warband. Okay, there he is. My son just invited me to the warband. He's my recruiter friend. Okay? Now, alt.rec. Okay, some of you old school people might exactly know what I'm hinting at. Anyway, let's go ahead and join that warband. Now, when we go to warbands, what do we see? We see that the rooms are empty. Except for my son. He's sitting there in one space. It doesn't matter. He's a kid. It doesn't matter what he does. All right, so I want to go to Arsenal. Let me select that room. And now I'm sitting in the Arsenal room. So now I get my 6% damage plus my 3%. Now imagine all 8 of your friends have an extra warband. And now you're all running around with the 10% bonus plus your 6% bonus plus the default 3.5% bonus. You're all running around 20% bonus damage. Now this damage stacks with other things. Now, okay, first of all, don't take my word for it. I want you all to read the bottom of the screen. I want you to take Blizzard's word for it. What does it say at the bottom? Room buffs are active during all types of activities. Hello, people. Okay there. Now you kind of see what I'm talking about. You don't need a warband in Rite of Exile, do you? But if you want 20% bonus damage, it might help you a little bit. How about this one? All of your entire guild has this. Your entire clan has that. So you got 100 people coming up on your Shadow Wars with 20% bonus damage each. This can make a big difference. Now, I know, we have some comments. Let's go ahead and take one of the comments. Picha replied to me, is this a joke? 28-minute long video about what? What loophole? You do realize the main point being in a warband is to have the ancestral weapon bonuses, right? There's 1,000 activity point penalty when switching a warband. Good luck farming that in a solo warband. No sane person would do this. Okay, Picha, I appreciate that. But you're assuming the main point in being in a warband is the ancestral weapon bonus. You're assuming that. I'm hitting this at the angle of the 20% damage. Now, if you've been struggling with Izzy, now all of your 8 friends have 20% bonus damage. It might be a little bit easier for you to take them down. If you've been struggling with Gorgoth, not too many people are, but just in case, then you got this 20% extra bonus damage. Rite of Exile, hello, 20% bonus damage. Now, Ancestrals are cute, but you do have to know in this point, since they just came out, like what, 1-2 months ago, a lot of us don't even have an ancestral set of gear to trigger those things any more than once every 120 seconds. So yeah, we can use a warband for the 120-second CD ancestral. Oh, I got one piece of gear. It's going to give you a dragon every... Oh, there is no dragon. What is the thing? The Hydra every 120 seconds. Or would you rather have 20% DPS that stays with you wherever you go? So that's a good one. But here's the thing. Picha points out there's a 1,000 activity point penalty. What is this penalty he's talking about? I will go ahead and show you this penalty. This is what Picha was hinting at with the 1,000 penalty. Now I'm right in front of the warband camp. I'm just going to go in there and show you what happens. I just left. We just saw it. I just left a warband, and I just went to a new warband. So first of all, my ancestral items have to be put back in. And number two, any ancestrals I had were taken out of this tableau. Other people using them, it's just gone now. So I have to put it back. Now what does that give me? Damages and stuns your surrounding enemies, right? Okay, well some of you already are looking at the right side of the screen. What do you notice here? My bonuses were not lost. They are still there. Those things you've been leveling up your ancestral tableau are not lost. So let's go ahead and enshrine this. We can go ahead and choose it. Choose. Go ahead, choose it. Hello? How do I do this? I forgot. Okay, so we go ahead and put this in there. But what does this tell us? I still didn't blah, blah, blah. Okay. These bonuses are currently locked. They're unavailable until I get 1,000 activity with this warband. I currently have 0 activity with this warband. I'm not worried about this. I'm not going after an extra 13 intelligence. What I'm going after is the 20% bonus damage. So yes, Picha, you were right. If your focus is the ancestral tableau, then you don't want to do that. But if your focus is flat out 20% damage boost, then go for it. Now I want you people to know that 20% damage boost means a lot, because it's also going to be working with something else. What do we have here? We have 32% damage boost maximum from the shadows. So you can put these two things together and see how much easier it's going to make your life. Let's say you wanted to farm some challenge rifts for a while. What's more important to you? 13 intelligence or 20% extra bonus damage? Okay. I hope that answers your question, Picha. So yeah, it just depends on where you're coming from. Do you want the bonus damage, or do you want this 13 strength, 13 intelligence, 13 willpower? Get it? It just depends on where you're coming from. Okay, we have another question. Our other question is from David Bickford. So, you don't know that every time you leave your warband, you lose the main buff that you level up from the warband activity upgrades? So, what we just saw, you don't really lose them. They're just put on pause until you generate 1,000 more warband activity. So that should put your mind at rest there, David. Let's continue. So yeah, you lose a lot when you leave the warband. That's why they made it that way, to force people to stay in the same warband. But as we just saw, David, you don't lose that. It's still there, and it says it right here. It's unavailable until you get 1,000. But we're not going to get 1,000 in this alt warband. We're just going to use it for things like farming up. Anything we want to do that doesn't require a warband. Challenge rift. Hello? Go there. Get the most of that damage. Max out your challenge rifts. Max out all of your jewelry. And then go back to your friends, and you never have to do this again. That's what I'm talking about. 1,000 activity. You're talking about 1 week to unlock your 13 intelligence again. That's not so bad. You do know there's like a 1,000 soft cap on warband activity for weekly. You can get this in a week. So you're not losing too much. Spend that week, gear yourself up, and do all the challenge rifts you can. And then never look back once you get all of your gear to 10. I don't have my gear at 10 yet. So that's what I'm going to be using it for. And my loadout is even wrong. I don't even have a gem in this thing. What the heck is going on? I just changed my loadout. But okay. Now, as I was mentioning, these ancestral things, you're going to get a proc. You can do something once every 120 seconds. every 120 seconds, and these things stack. So it's like you have 3 different triggers, each 120 seconds. You're basically having 3 triggers every 120 seconds, basically. So it's not so bad, but the goal, once again, is 20% flat damage. Which means I have some farming to do, because if you saw the warband that I just looked at, what is the seed I'm sitting in? I have 3.5 plus 6. So I'm sitting here at 9.5% bonus damage. I need to go back and farm. And once I farm Purge the Depths and get this stacked up to 20%, then anytime I need 20%, I just hop over to this. And then when I'm finished doing my challenge rifts or whatever and know that I'm done with them for the rest of my life or until the next upgrade or patch, I go back and hang out with my friends. So there you go. That breaks it down for you, how it works. Do not underestimate the power of a potential 20% bonus damage when you're in some of these activities. There's another tip. I'll throw this tip in as the last thing. People, you're going into your Shadow Wars. There's something that a lot of people forget, and I see them forgetting it. You got a Shadow War coming up. Let's see, when's the next battle for us? Our next battle is in 11 hours. Now, don't let the numbers fool you, because a lot of these people, they're friends, they leave another clan, and then they all pop into that clan right before the Shadow War, so it's probably going to be a balanced fight. I don't know. But anyway, this is what people forget. Currently, as of posting of this video, something stays with you when you go into a Shadow War that most people overlook. That thing that stays with you, let's go into skills. That thing that stays with you is your ultimate. So before you go into a Shadow War, you take this 20% bonus damage. You go farm some trash mobs or whatever, farm your essence, and save your ultimate. So now when you run into the Shadow War, you got 100 people, 99 people popping their ultimates. That makes a big difference because your ultimate charging carries over into the Shadow Wars. Hello, that's a lot of DPS to start out with, bursting with a big bang like that. So let me know what you people think about that. I know some of you be like, oh, that's cheap. People have been doing it for a long time. My guild, my clan rather, went into a Shadow War and we got bursted like pop, 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 pop. We're like, what the heck happened? And that's when I realized they all popped their ultimates at the beginning, because toward the end of the match it balanced out and we got down to both. It was like 1% and 1% on both sides. So it could have went either way, but they popped those ultimates in the beginning and it made all the difference. So take this tip from me. Take the 20% bonus damage tip. And who is this person sending me? Don't you know I'm streaming right now? And who are you? I don't know you. I'm going to go ahead and take their invite. I don't know. Someone is asking for help with something. So anyway, oh my God, Forgotten Tower. No, you don't have to summon me. You click on it and it will take me there. No, click on it. And okay, anyway, let me make a different video on that. So, hope you guys enjoyed this. Go ahead and slap like if you enjoyed what you saw here. If you liked anything. I have no idea who this person is, but I get that all the time. People just spamming me with invites, even though I would I click yes. But now you just have to open it up so I can click OK. Okay, slap like, go ahead and subscribe. I'll be bringing you more interesting things like this. We're going on the topics that a lot of people kind of ignore and they don't delve into. I'm delving into that for you. I'm sacrificing my warband activity so you all would know exactly what will happen when you do it. I'm glad to sacrifice. You see something else? Let me know. I'll jump into it and share it with everybody. Until then, see you next time.